Hello, everyone. I am André Almeida. I'm a kernel developer from Igalia. I'm mostly known for my Futex work, but right now I'm on the graphics side that people say that is the cool side. So let's see. So today I want to talk about something very simple, that is how to flip your frames, your page asynchronous on DRM Atomic API. So you probably know that, but basically a recap. So between the vblanks, you render your scene, and then you ask for a page flip, and then when vblank comes in, this new page is presented on the display. But what happens if you miss this vblank by just a small, just as small seconds? So this page will not be presented anymore, right? Because you missed the vblank and you don't want to have tearing and so on. But you kind of wasted your time rendering this frame, right? Because it's not represented, because the next page flip will overwrite this one. So here is where coming the async page flip. So you just say whatever, present right now, regardless of heavy tearing or any artifact, just present it. And why do we do that? Because I mean, it's as all the other developers here, we want more frames rate in our games, right? So yeah, this will get us some more 1 or 2 frames per second. I don't know, but yeah, that's why we want to do that. So we can do that, this async page flip, on the legacy DRM API. You just need to use this flag on the supported drivers, of course, and we have a bunch of drivers that can do that. And but on the Atomic DRM API, we couldn't do that so far. You get error if you try to do that. And so this was like my first task on the graphics side, and was like, wow, how can I do that? Seems very complex. So I went all over the DRM code, learn about frame buffers, about gen, about memories, and so on. But so that was my quest to implement that. But I noticed a very funny thing when I was studying. That is, when you use the legacy DRM API at AMD GPU, I was sawing a lot of calls to the Atomic DRM, and I was a little bit confused, but it turns out that when you call legacy DRM IOCOTO, the AMD GPU will translate that to Atomic internally. So I was like, well, it's just a matter of join things, because if your driver internally converts legacy thing to Atomic, and if you support async flip on the legacy side, I mean, the work is almost done, right? You can do legacy flip atomically, but the user space doesn't know that. So I figured that out, and I mean, it was just a matter of wiring something up, and Simon is helping upstream that. So yeah, basically all the work was done. So it was very surprisingly, but at least I learned a lot about DRM in the way. So basically we can do that on Atomic. You just need to set some states, and the AMD GPU driver is ready to do that, to do the async flip. And also now we have a new capability at DRM, that is this thing, that Atomic async page flip. And this needs to be different from the old async capability, because not all drivers are in this situation. So, and also we figured some stuff out, that is, the DRM should reject any other change, because it seems that you can't async flip and change other things of the frame buffer. So it seems that the hardware can do that when it's doing a sync flip, and just work on the primary plane. I think this is another hardware limitation. And also we found out something interesting on AMD GPU, that if you try to do a sync flip, while change some properties of your frame, AMD GPU will just degrade it to being sync. But this is not right users from the user space point of view. That is not right. So we patch it to how can I say, to deny that. If you try to do that async and with any other change, the AMD GPU will just say no. And I don't know, I hope that we didn't break any user space doing that. Let's see. And what is done, so we have a basic IGT test for that, that use the old IGT KMS sync flip. On AMD GPU, we have a patch on the mailing list waiting for merged. The Intel driver is on the same situation that I showed before. They translate all legacy things to Atomic, and they support a sync flip on the legacy API. So it's kind of the same thing. I just trying to run more tests, but I think it should be very easy to support as well. So here is the patch that Simon sent on the mailing list, if you want to have a look. And what is next? So Wayland, right? I heard that Wayland is supposed to be frame perfect, should have no tearing. And but someone said, hey, maybe we want some small tearing, and people know. So yeah, they are fighting because it seems that we want to have that async thing on Wayland, but not everyone agrees. But I don't know, I'm not on this war at the moment. And we can support that on more drivers. So it's quite easy if internally all your legacy things goes to the Atomic side. So yeah, if you do that, it's very easy to support async Atomic. And what I learned from all this is that, yes, maybe your work is just done. It's just about a matter of writing 4 lines of code. And maybe we have more things that were on the legacy DRM API that we left behind, and we want to have back on the Atomic. And maybe it's simpler like that, because a lot of machinery of Atomic is being converted. And yeah, I think that's it. Does anyone has any questions, comments? Oh, Daniels? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's fine for Wayland, honestly. Like, often tearing is completely okay. Like, if that's the behavior wants, and they want to get stuff out to display with tearing, there's no reason to disallow that. Like, there shouldn't be tearing. It's like, by default, your UI should not tear, your window shouldn't change around when you resize or move. But that's very different from I'm playing games and I switch to make me tear very fast checking box. Like, if that's what someone wants, then Linux is about choice, right?
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Daniel Stone just said that tearing is cool, and we should do that. And Wayland is fine having glitz. Okay. Any more comments? Questions? Alisa?
Noted herring
There's one question from the live stream. So thanks for the talk. As a compositor writer, what's the deal with doing atomic mode sets or other updates while in between atomic async page flip submission and completion? Should driver just return EBZ until the flip is done?
Yeah, that's so the question is what between two sorry, let's see if I got correctly. Between two
Between page flip submission and completion.
okay, between. So the question is if between submission completion and we try to do async, Yeah, probably. I mean, you should leave as it is. You don't want to mess up, because if you're changing any properties of the frame between that, it won't work. So probably you don't want to mess with that and just get it busy. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks.